Hey everybody, it's Kitty K here again, and I wanted to do something different with chronological reviewing. I am used to review 70s and 80s movies, but I wanted to take a chance on I just asked Google slash good slasher movies 2024, and they gave me this one, House Season. It gets a 4.9. It gets a 4 from me. I don't even recognize the characters. I don't look. This is what I wrote. This is what I wrote. Jack shit. It's basically a haunted house during Halloween, right? And the only thing that I really respect are the practical effects. They don't use CGI. There are a few different style kills, but then spoiler alert, when the killer is revealed, and this is so 1 hour and 36 minute movie, in the 58-minute mark the killer is already revealed. He does this one cool thing that I have to give it to him. He uses a smear of blood and marks his victims when he crosses by them. Some don't feel it, some like, oh, like a mosquito or something, but he marks them. Now at the end, he plans to just kill everybody in the haunted house. So not only the crew, but also the people that just visit. And what does he kill them? A those knives, paper cutter knives, this big. It starts with, you've got a guy in the beginning of the row where everybody's waiting, and he's held down by two guys with masks, and he's slashing him like 20 times. And he goes, let's go into the house. And he goes, the other guys take him away and they say, you can relax and be yourself now. And they see he's dead. So immediately they call the police, immediately they call the ambulance. And he has to start. He didn't actually even start yet. And most of the crew he doesn't get. He doesn't get them. He doesn't get. He marks them all, but there is this one guy. I shit you not. He's just hanging brain, with his dick out, the entire movie long. He's a buff dude with his dick hanging out. Why not? Hanging brain. Everybody. I can do a torpedo. Can do a helicopter. I mean, he's sitting there, and then he has to. The main girl is, she gets, she's on a wall, and she gets scalloped. Now, she said he asked to do something different. So instead of the she, instead of the killer was the guy who scalps her. Okay, instead of chaining her to the wall, she chains him to the wall, and he's hanging there with his fucking cock out. Oh! I mean, what the fuck? What the fuck? And then he says to the girl, "Stupid! If you were just chained to the wall." So he's basically going all the way to the end of the house with all the people behind him, the people who visit, right? And he says, if you were on the wall, you wouldn't die, you wouldn't get marked. So she marks him, and the guy who's hanging there with his dick nude is sitting. Then at the end he says, happy Halloween, people. And then we see all the dead bodies some a guy with a head on his lap, uh, one without an arm and things like that, and then he starts to slash everybody with that paper cutter knife, small knife, and they're literally the entire walls are full of medieval weapons, axes, swords, spears. There's chainsaws, but he uses this little knife. It's as big as my finger, and the acting is so bad. They say it's a comedy horror. Where was the comedy? Where was the comedy in this movie? The main girl was, like I said, I don't know her name. She was so forgettable. Everybody of this movie was forgettable. The killer, he was forgettable. Like I said, a few cool things. There were inventive kills and practical kills. I like that. I do, especially in 2024 when they can use CGI. And then, of course, the, the markings. I like that. But you know, is there is it just this movie, or are all these slasher movies from the let's say from this era, and let's say between 2000 and 2025 now, are they all that shitty? I mean, you have Urban Legend. I know that's a good one. uh, I know what you did last summer was okay. Second one was okay, but the Scream. I know we have the Scream franchise. I hope that in the next one, and sorry, Nev Campbell, do it for the fans. Come back for the fans. It's the last one, even if you don't get paid as much. I know equal rights for men and women, but just do it for the fans. Come back for the fans. And I hope they, because they have been teasing fucking Matthew Lillard to come back, Stu Marker to come back as the killer, because he would come back in the third movie, but because of a school shooting and an incident that they had to make the movie from R-rated to PG. It's the only Scream movie that's PG, and they had to postpone it. So he was originally asked to come back. So why not now? It's gonna end with him, and end with Nev Campbell, and I hope for sure that they kill off Courtney Cox. I think if you slice her in the fucking face, this jizz scream of Botox is gonna come out. Fuck, man. Now, and you got the Terrifier. It's more, what the fuck? It's more fucked up than whatever. It doesn't really have you have a small. Luckily, they put Sienna in there. Great actress, great final girl. Um, I like her. Laura de la Vera. I think that's her name. Um, Art is an extremely creepy, cool looking killer, but the movies are somewhat always the same. Art comes in with Halloween, now with Christmas. You do get the feeling it's Christmas. When it's Halloween, you get the feeling it's Halloween. And it's all just, and they use practical effects, but it's always looking for that one signature kill. In my opinion, in the third movie, the first movie was the upside down hanging girl that gets with a hacksaw, you know, hacked from the person from her personals to her face. And the second one is the one where it just goes on town on this girl, breaking her arm, flaying her back, putting bath salts on them, and fucking chemicals, and eating her brains, and even then she's alive. But that's over the top. She's alive. Normal human would be in shock like that. It's not. And then in the third movie, it has to be the shower guy. He gets it. He gets a chainsaw up in the ass, and then chained like this, and then he gets turned down, and then he gets a chainsaw right up the dick, and you can see the balls and the dick hanging and getting a chainsaw in there. It's pretty disgusting when he makes the blood angel on the floor. But the Terrifier, you got Scream, and I don't know. Slasher movies from today, they miss something from the 80s. We can call it the cheese factor of the acting, but that made it fun in some ways. You know what? I think what they did better in the 80s, 70s too, but in a few in the 70s slasher movies, let's say slasher movies, I'm talking about slasher movies, and the 80s was they knew how to handle their suspense, their set pieces, how to make them creepy, atmosphere, kills that are still gory and very inventive, practical effects. They knew how to do that, and they didn't need famous actors. They just need actors that can act, not known figures, but just people who can act, and that there's sometimes some cheesy lines in there, but that's the fun part, but also the creepy part with the tension and the atmosphere. That's what I don't feel in these recent nowadays slasher movies. If ever somebody can recommend me a good slasher movie that has tension, atmosphere, cool, gory kills, and a good killer and good characters, a group of characters where you care for, please comment me, because I don't know a lot of between 20 and 25. I don't know a lot of good slasher movies between that. I'm gonna have to find out. My expertise, you know, it's 70s, 80s, and a little bit of 90s. But I really, if somebody can help me out, give me a good title, as a Christmas and New Year's Eve present, solid. So see you later. Thank on the Canister, Kenny K, for that movie recommendation, and see you later. Bye.